Hi guys, welcome to this guide on recruiter friend leveling in World of Warcraft. I'm Crudless and I'm going to show you how to get as many post-level 90 characters as possible, as quickly as possible, without paying too much money. Now, with the introduction of Warlords of Draenor last year, since this recording, Blizzard introduced this character boost that was previously level 90 character boost, and now it's been upgraded to a level 100 character boost, which gives you a little boost to help get them over the hump and back into the action. Yeah, so you get to boost a character from level 1 to 100, or possibly a veteran character, as they call it, from level above 60 to 100. You get a level 3 garrison with some buildings upgraded. What this does is it effectively saves you 5,000 gold, approximately, because it takes a lot of gold and resources to upgrade your garrison to level 3. Additionally, it gives you the mount skill, which is also worth 4,500 gold. So approximately, about maybe 11,000 gold as well of worth in this character. It also gives you level 640 gear, 640 eye level gear, and it gives you Ember Silk bags, basically. If you level up a level 60 veteran character with this boost, you also get 2 professions maxed out. The thing is that these items you get along with the boost aren't necessarily worth 50 euros or dollars. And I'm gonna show you another way to get characters up to level 100 quickly without spending that much money. Now, just to show you the proof of the pudding here, I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have about 16 level 100 characters here, and I have boosted one with the Warlords of Draenor boost and one with the Legion boost. The rest I've leveled from level 1, and as you can see, I'm trying to get as many characters. I'm trying to get all of the specs for all the classes up to level 100 before Legion hits. Now, if you want to do that with me, be an alcoholic, you need friends, because in game there is such a thing called recruit a friend. Now, this thing has been used by many in previous years before the boost was introduced, because you had the resurrection scroll, which gave you some benefits, and additionally this recruit a friend business gives you the ability to level faster. It grants grantable levels, and you can summon your friend and 30 days of free game time in-game mount. Those are the benefits. Step 1 is to buy a second account for your main account and linking them together. Now, as you can see here, I have in my WoW launcher, I have the region/account little drop-down menu here, or drop-up menu. And as you can see, I have PTR, I have my main account, I have the World of Warcraft 1 and World of Warcraft 2 accounts. If I skip between them, you can see that this one is up until Warlords of Draenor, and this one is as well, so they are basic accounts. This is especially useful when you're leveling just now, because there's an offer off right now, so you get a 65% off on the battle chest, which includes all the expansions up until Warlords of Draenor. You can also buy the Warlords of Draenor for $14.99, and this one comes with a boost as well. The problem is that ideally you don't want to be paying for both accounts continuously, so you want to get all the characters that you want to level on your main account right here. If you want to pay for it, you can use the character transfer here in the shop. And you can pay for a character transfer that costs 20 to transfer the character from your alternate account, WoW2, to your main account, this one. But then you get the conundrum: is it worth it? I paid $5 or €5 for the main account, and then you pay additionally $20 to transfer the character. Not necessarily, but with the granted levels. By leveling 2 characters at the same time, because this is what we're going to do. We're going to do multiboxing, basically. We're going to put up 2 screens of World of Warcraft at the same time. You can launch them here. You can launch this one at the same time as this one. Then they're going to level together. Both are going to get get great many experiences with the 300 experience boost, and by using Heirlooms at both of them, you make sure that they both gain experience at the same time. And if you level them up, you get an additional boost. So you level 2 characters to 90, and you get the grantable levels to make another one go from either level 46 or level 60 to 90. So you get 3 level 90s or possibly 2. So if you want to, have a class you don't want to level up because they are a class you don't like to play, for example, you can grant the levels to that one instead and skip most of the leveling process. Or you can use them as your tow character in multiboxing. Now, I bought 2 accounts, WoW 1 and WoW 2. This makes me able to actually get 6 level 90s with 1 playthrough of the game. Now, how do you do that? Well, first of all, you get 44 grantable levels on each of the 90. That's 88 levels total. And to go from level 61 to 90, you need 29 grantable levels. And so you get, if you split 88 upon 3, you get 29.33 something. So you can grant level to 3 additional level 61 characters that you have. And going from 1 to 61 isn't that terrible, but doing Outland, doing Wrath of the Lich King, you save a lot of time by skipping those. And the addition of the multiboxing, comparatively to playing the game solo, you gain so much more experience with the boost that you gain a lot of time actually by leveling up. I think I spend 24 hours going from 1 to 90 with 3 characters. We'll split that on 3, and you get how long it takes for each character. So that's basically 8 hours per character. Comparatively, I leveled a character from 1 to 60 without the recruiter friend, and it took me by doing dungeons and stuff, and that took me about 11 hours, I think, 11 or 15 hours from 1 to 60. You gotta remember though that you have to pay for flying mounts, you gotta pay for the garrisons, and you gotta have gold for supporting those characters. So that's about, let's say 12k per character. So you gotta save up 60k gold if you want to level 6 characters from 0 to 90, from 1 to 90, for example. So just be ready for that. It's a gold sink, but you make up for that later by having these characters. Okay, so enough talking. I'm going to show you how to do this actually. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to your WoW launcher here, and you want to go through the process of buying the game. That's difficult. So you go to the advertisement there that I just showed you. You click on it. You get the buying option. So you can choose to buy the original game or Warlords of Draenor. So buy the original, and proceed down here to the choice of choosing an account to upgrade. Now you don't want to upgrade an account, you want to create a new one because you want to add an additional sub account to your main account, as we talked about. So you buy the one for $4.99, and you go down and pay. Basically, I'm using PayPal. You can choose whatever payment method that is available to you. Okay, so we're buying that. What happens now is you get an email, confirmation email, and you get a thank you note here. Wow, amazing. And you get 30 days of free time included. Now this is, beneficial if you want to power level. You get 30 days. And of course you get these 30 additional days. So you have, if you transfer a WoW token or something. So here it is, our account is here. Now you're able to launch both of them at the same time. Next up, you are going to go in-game. You're gonna log onto a character, and you are going to go to the recruiter friend option that I showed you earlier in the social menu of the game. So you open that up, click recruiter friend, and you type in the same email address as you're currently using on your main account. This way, the recruiter friend invite will be sent to yours at the same account that you have, so you don't need friends. That's awesome. Okay, so the invitation has been sent. Now, next up, you'll go into your email. You will get an email that looks like this, and you'll click the play free button that comes up there in blue, or you can click the URL below there, and you'll be sent to your Battle.net account. You log in, you get a selection which account you want to upgrade or apply the recruit friend key, and you do that. You apply it on the sub account. That way, these are now linked. So when you play with those two characters together, they will both get 300% 8% experience, as long as they are within level range of, I think, 3 levels, or possibly 5, I'm not sure. This way, 2 accounts are linked to your main account, so both of them, they're not linked to each other. So if you only play with your 2 new accounts, this is the sub accounts, they won't get the additional experience and the grantable levels, but if they play with your main account, they will get that. Now what you want to do is you want to go into the World of Warcraft folder, basically. You want to start the game first, of course, one time. You want to go into the World of Warcraft account folders, which are located in the WTF folder in your Warcraft directory. You go into your accounts and you look at these numbers and you get no idea which one is which account. So the add-ons you're going to use are shared across all accounts, but the settings are different. So you want to go in and change the settings so they are similar across them, the sub-accounts and the main accounts. So you want to go into your main account and basically copy-paste all the different settings for your add-ons, and you want to make sure your key bindings and your key bindings and your setup is similar across all accounts. After that, we're gonna look at the add-ons you're gonna be using. So the add-ons we are currently using, the most important one is called Jamba, which is gonna be really important because of the multiboxing. So we're also gonna use Auto Loot Plus. I was just turning off Auto Turn In if you're using that add-on, because Jamba already has that feature. So you can go into your separate character and select the add-ons we're gonna use on leveling. So I'm gonna level a Valorian here, and I'm gonna use Jamba. I'm gonna use no other add-ons are really necessary here, but I prefer to have use tidy plates and LVI and stuff like that. But I'm gonna make a separate video of my add-ons. If you want to, just leave a comment saying that if you are interested. Next up, we're gonna do some preparation. We're gonna enchant the character we're gonna be using as our main leveling guy. So I prefer using my guy on the main account to do most of the playing on. Now I'm gonna equip some big bags here, and I'm gonna enchant all my gear just to get that little oomph that you need to kill things faster, basically. So I'm just putting some Crusader on my weapon and some versatility on my leveling gear. As you can see, I have these Heirlooms on, basically giving me, not really sure about the experience bonus, but it's beneficial. Next up, you want to create your separate characters on your different accounts. One on each account. You want to level, for example, I want to level an Orc Hunter, and I want to level a Blood Elf Monk, because I don't have those on my Horde side. What's important here is you want to get them to be at the same place. So you want to basically summon them to each other, which was one of the benefits we got earlier from Recruit a Friend. So you log onto all your characters like this. You make sure you're in a group. You make your main character the leader, and you make sure that you go to the one character in the area where you're going to level. You make them summon your main guy if he's not there, because as you can see, I have Thraxor here, who's an Orc, and I have Ember Mist, who's a Blood Elf. These two alternate characters, because they are on the sub-account, they are not linked, so they cannot summon each other, but they can both be summoned and summon a Valorian. And there's also a 29-minute cooldown, so we're going to change back to Valorian, and we're going to summon Ember Mist. And I'm going to start leveling in Duratar, as you can see. So you want to get them queued up here and gathered. Now once they're all there, we're going to set up Jamba. To open the add-on, you just write /Jamba into your chat panel here, and you get this Jafula's awesome multibox resistant. That was Jamba stands for. So this one is actually discontinued. It's only lasted until 2014, so it's not continually updated. In this option here, you can set up the team. So this team list here, basically, if you press the add party button here, it will add your current party to this team list. Now, why do you want this team list? Is because this add-on needs some sort of reference point to how to distribute the different commands across the team between your different clients. So there's a master character here, which is Valorian. He's the one that you're going to play on. They call it the master, and the other characters are the minions or the slaves. Minions, they're officially named now. This gives you basically control, and you can invite them, and you can disband the group, and you can, do some options here. Additionally, you should set the loot options to free-for-all, which makes sure that every time you invite someone from this list, the loot settings will automatically change to free-for-all, which is beneficial since you are not wanting to go on to each client and open the loot from the mobs separately, manually, on all characters. You want to be all on your master guy. So, the other things here are important because you get to select different commands. Next up is the follow option here, which is really important. You want to select auto follow after combat, and you also want to select always use master as a strobe target. Now the follow basically makes sure your minions automatically spams follow on your master all the time outside of combat. This makes them follow your main guy around all the time, so you don't have to control them separately, which is what you've seen multiboxers do. This is just a magic. This addon makes them cast follow on this guy. You also want to have the warning up here. The warning that says when you stop following, it will pop up a red message that says, "Oh, warning! This guy has broken the follow. Oh my god!" And it'll make you make sure you're aware of where your alts are if you're not paying attention, which you should be. Now the strobe thing is an additional security method because sometimes follow breaks. For example, if let's say my character walks around a bend and the follow targets are a few steps behind and they're not fully capable of following, then you need to make sure you go back and fetch them because you're basically just leading them around. And there's some delay between the clients, so they won't be on top of your main character all the time. Now what the strobe does is that it makes sure that your character will follow all the time. You can select like an additional safety method. So this one is the /Jamba follow option here, which you can write into a macro. Just call it /Jamba follow, and drag it down to your key bar, your action bar on your minions, and each time you press that one, it will strobe and it will stick to your main guy as hard as it can. Now you want to distribute this key across all of the characters' action bars for your minions, because every time you do an action, you say press 1 on your main guy, then the same action will happen on all the other clients as well for the hotkeys. This is because we're using another, a program outside of the game, which is called auto hotkey. Now, what auto hotkey does is that it basically translates all the key presses from one client to the other ones. So you can use Jamba in addition to this auto hotkey thing to basically multibox. And these are the tools we're going to use. Now this will, as you can see here, there is the one key is bound and spread across all accounts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also the numpads, key weight, the V, the Q, the E, the X. You can basically just write in any key that you want in here, and it will be shared. That key press in one account will be the same for another, depending on what you have. So if you look at the macro options up here, when I type E once, it'll write E twice instead, because it interprets that as 2 inputs and tries to spread it across multiple accounts. Okay, so that's auto hotkey. whenever you want to pause this to do other stuff, like reply to someone in chat or, you know, open up a net browser or web browser or do something, you just right click that and you press suspend hotkeys and you can write normally. Next up is the quest options. And now the quest options are really important because you want to be able to select quests on your master and then automatically share them to the minions, so you don't have to do all this manual labor and stuff. This setup here takes some time, but you're able to go in here and select. You can make sure that your quest guys select the tune. They select the quest with the team. Basically means that if they all target quest giver, then they will select it together. Additionally, I put on all auto accept any quests on because I want when I share a quest with the alts, they will automatically grab that quest. Additionally, when I combine with the master auto share quest when accepted here, which basically makes every time I pick up a quest with this guy, then the other guys will get it instantly or 1 second later. Quest completion is a bit different because there are some quests that are another note on here. There are some quests that you can't share, which is not beneficial, which is unfortunate, I guess. So you need to go, for example, in the starting areas where there are some quests that are auto-accepted by the game. These quests need to be picked up separately by all characters. Now, how do you handle that? Well, there are ways this can be used during quests as well. When you pick up loot, for example, there are some quests which require you to loot bear asses on all characters. You can't loot them on one character and spread them to, you know, all the other characters. There we go. Now, what you want to do then is you want to create a macro, an assist macro. You want to assist and write in your name of your master. So in this case, it's assist Valorian, and you want to push that to one of your, you know, keys. I used C. I would select another key next to this one, and use this as a targeting key binding here, which you'll find in the key bindings targeting. And you'll select, key bindings targeting and interact with the target. Now you can select this as V. Now you have C and V next to each other, and these two together combined with, now here's the key, here's the tricky part. Go into interface, mouse, click to move on your minions, not on your main guy. So not on Valorian, but on the minions. Now the click to move thing works like this. You can basically click anywhere to move there. Now if you have an assist key, basically what I put here on C, right there, then I target something with my main character and press C, then all of my minions will target the same character, which is beneficial if I want to manually do something instead of going on to each client. After that, I press V, which will basically tell the minions to interact with the target. But if they are too far away, the click to move thing will make sure that they move towards the loot target or the quest target and then interact with the target. So these three things make you able to control your minions without going out into the clients if you want to loot something or you want to obtain a flight path or a quest or something like that. So C and then V after you've targeted something. I'm gonna show you in the video as you're watching this. Okay, back to Jamba. Sorry for that digression there. Digression? Tangent? I get it. Tangent. Back on the auto quest completion here. So basically, in this case, I'm using. I'm leveling a hunter, I'm leveling a monk, and I'm leveling a paladin. So these three characters all depend on different types of gear. Because of this, you want to tune to choose his own rewards, basically, this option here. Because you want to pick the items that are most suitable for each character. So you need to go in manually and select each time if you want the best loot. An option to this, an alternative, is to use the same reward as the team. This will basically make sure that once you select you select an item on one character, then the main character will also get the same item. Additionally, you can also select all autocomplete quests here, which will basically autocomplete all quests on depending on your master guy, and this one is for the minions, I guess. So this one is for master, this one is for the minions. So yeah, and if the quest doesn't have any options and rewards, the toons will just autocomplete them, which is beneficial. The Quest Watcher is a replacement for the default Quest Watcher, which gives you you know, the view and overview over all the characters to see which if they are on the same quest as you, and make sure that they are all completed at the same time without going manually into all the quest logs of your different clients. Make sure that everything is in sync, basically. Other than that, there are possibilities for, you know, combat. You can macro in different abilities and sequences on your alts. Basically, you can do a whole rotation by just pressing 1 if you have a gnome sequencer set up, for example. But in this case, while leveling up, I think this, as I did in my playthrough, the main character, the master here, is so strong with the heirloom gear that doing the proper multiboxing fighting is not necessary at all, because all the quests are so easy. And sometimes it's more beneficial to have your minions on their mounts while you're doing the questing, if they don't need to loot anything, because then you are basically certain that they're following you all the time without you running you know, in front of them or something, because they're always on your tail because of how fast they are. Now, to make sure that all your characters have the same options as your master here, you just go into your the top menu at the one that says Jamba here, and you click the push settings for all the modules, which will basically send the settings from one client to the other ones that you have. That was the Jamba setup, so just make sure you have these settings. If you are still unsure, just take a look at the different screens I showed you earlier. Okay guys, now I'm gonna show you which route I'm gonna take. So I started off with a blood elf, 2 blood elves and an orc, and I wanted to level as quickly as possible, and I wasn't really sure because I hadn't done this with the horde yet. So I started out in Orgrimmar down here in Valley of Trials, and I basically quickly leveled up here by doing some of the quests. I skipped the cactus plant quest, and I ventured forth and out down to Senjin village and did some of the quests in Northwatch Foothold, and then I basically got to level 10 before I was done there, so I quickly advanced to Ashara. And all the starting quests in Ashara, ideally I thought they were really fun to do when I was soloing, but they don't really do well with the multiboxing thing, because some of the starting quests here are really dependent on looting, and you need to do stuff exclusively on all different characters, so that was not really beneficial. So I think an alternative would be to go to the Northern Barrens immediately after you're done in Joritar, or as I did, I went to Silverpine. Now I went to Silverpine, I went to the, I think next time I would actually start in Tirisfal Glades and start going towards Silverpine Forest and do the quests there, because they are kind of good. There are some issues with quests that require you to loot a lot of mobs, and sometimes the drops aren't shared, so you need to, if you want 10 bear asses on one character, you need efficiently 30 bear asses to complete the quest, which is, it takes a while because some of the drop rates are low in some instances. But the quests at the Forsaken Rearguard were really good. The Forsaken High Command quests were not so good, but you need to do them to get to these, and you also don't unlock the Sepulture quest after you're done with the until after you're done with the Forsaken Rearguard quests. So I went further down to do the quests in Hillsbrad Foothills, just do all of these at the Sludge Fields. These are especially good because they are easy experience and share greatly across all the characters. I actually continued when I was I leveled here until I was level 30, I think. And then I went to the the hinterlands. I went all the way down to Reventus village, did all the quests there up until I was ready for Western Plaguelands, which is 35, so 5 levels in here. Didn't take long. Western Plaguelands is fantastic for both Horde and Alliance. It gives great experience doing the Underhall quests, for example, and also the Senkiki quests at Menderstead. They are great quests. Remember, if you're Horde, the quest starts out at the Bulwark. If you're Alliance, the quest start out down here by the place I can't remember. You also get portals there from Stranglethorn Vale in Booty Bay, if you are far away. After I went to level 40, I went to the Eastern Plaguelands. As you can see, the areas that are not faded out is where I've actually, the extent of where I had to go to level here. So I went to the to do the intro quest with Fiona up here, and went to Darrowshire and did all the Crownguard Tower quests. And when you're done with all these quests down here, you're basically ready to go to the Badlands. So I just went to Lyshope Chapel, and there's a rocket there that will send you all the way down the map to the Badlands. Let's see, Badlands here. So you get to the Fuse Light by the Sea. You're by this time you are level 45, I think. Approximately level 45. I think I was 47 when I got here. Just because the quests in the Eastern Plaguelands are so efficient to do, even if you are using many characters at the same time. So you go up here, you go to Fuse Light, I think, and you do all the quests there, do the Dragon quests. Do not do the Deathwing KM quests down here, because they are not worth it, but keep going to New Karlgath and stuff, and do the Angor Fortress. And once you're done with all these, you can do the starting quests in the Searing Gorge here. And when you're done with the Grimsteel Dig Site here, I was level, I think it was 52. And I love going to the Swamp of Sorrows when you're 52. So what I did was teleport back to Orgrimmar and take the Zeppelin to Northern Stranglethorn, and then I just ran to the Stonard here. I didn't bother doing the quests up here at Bog Paddle because these take a lot of time, but the Stonard quests are really good for multiple characters at the same time, especially these quests that reminisce a lot of Warcraft 2 and 1. And after that, at 56, I went to Blasted Lands and just did the Ocrelon Hold quest and the Altar of Storm quests down here, and went through the Dark Portal at 58. And then in Outland, I just did a lot of quests here in Hellfire Peninsula. Especially the Pools of Agunar quests are really good. You will basically try to do the easiest quests here and skip the ones that you don't care about, because you don't need to extensively do everything. The point is here you can be, a little... you can be really critical at choosing what quest you want. You do the ones you prefer to do. And I went from 50, I think I went to level 60 until I went to the Outlands, because the quests in the Blasted Lands are much better. So when I was 60, I went to Outland. I went to Thrallmar. I went to the Sangar Marsh when I was 64, I think, and just did the quests around the eastern part here, killing the Nagas and stuff like that. These are really easy because the Naga claws are shared across your toons, so you don't have to loot so many. You only have to loot 30 of them. You don't have to loot 90, which would have been terrible. I actually went to Terrakar Forest after that at 66, I think. But I prefer to level in Nagrand because there are some quests in Nagrand that are really easy. The kill quest from Hemet Nessingwari is a feast for experience, as well as the Blood Mole Ogre quests are also really good to do. Now when you're 68, you want to go to Northrend. I know people hate to go to Borean Thundra, but I went there, and as Horde, it's... I don't know, it's some of the quests are really easy, but I would actually try to go to Howling Fjord instead next time with the Horde, as some of those quests are better suited for leveling multiple characters. Afterwards, I was in Borean Tundra until I was about level 74, I think, 73. Then I went to the Dragon Blight here, and I did Agmar's quest, Agmar's Hammer quest, and some Worm's Temple quests. The Obsidian Dragon Shrine quests are really good for multiple characters, as well as the quest down here. My previous playthrough, I went to Sholazar Basin. There were some kill quests there, Hemmet Nestingway style, that are really good. But last time I just went to Ice Crown, and I did the starting quest here. There were some good quests there, but most of them weren't really as good as Sholazar Basin, so I would just go there next time. And afterwards, you do the Cataclysm quests. These go by so quickly that the Cataclysm and Pandaria stuff basically takes a couple of hours when you are using the Recruiter Friend things, the experience boost, because you gain so much experience. So I did Mount Hyjal up until Grove of Sina here. I didn't even do Shrine of Aviana. And I gained level 85 before I was down here, so you can imagine how quickly that takes. And in Pandaria, you go through the J4's intro quests, and I don't like them as Horde, I do them as Alliance. And then I actually, as Alliance, I usually level to level 90 in just the Jade Forest, but I proceeded to do the Valley of the Four Winds quests here at the start of Thunderfoot Fields. I went to Krasarang Wilds and did the quest up until Thundercleft here. Now comes the fun part. This is where you log on to your one of the characters you've leveled up on your sub accounts, on your minions, and then you log on to your level 60 characters on your main account, and you grant the levels. You do this by inviting the character to your group, and I usually go to Dalaran because I want to already unlock the Hearthstone position on the level 60 character at Dalaran. It's useful when you're soloing all the raids and stuff like that. So you invite them to a group, make sure they're together. You right-click the portrait of the alt who's in need of leveling, and you click the grant a level just below the summon a friend. And there you go, the levels are just popping off. Wonderful. So you do this, you need to confirm it on the other screen as well for each level, so it takes a while, but of course it takes a lot shorter than actually leveling up, so here you go. You can see the leveling's popping off there down in the corner. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed this guide, and I appreciate any feedback you might have. Leave it in the comments below and I'll make sure I read through it. Also, if you want to share this with your friends, this can be beneficial if you're going to level together and actually use Recruiter Friend as it was intended. Or you might want to power level by yourself and show off to your friends how many alts you got. I hope you enjoyed this. Take care and happy leveling.